Okay, so the lesson here is we don't want to be stubborn. A lot of times people are giving us good tips, and because we might have one or two good points that we might be right about, sometimes we miss a big growth opportunity where we can learn a very valuable lesson. So let's put some shoe leather on that for you. A great concrete example I could think of. When I was in my master's degree program to become a school psychologist, I remember once the director of the program actually called me outside of the class and had a talk with me, a one-on-one meeting, and she was saying, you know, Gene, a lot of times you're putting off some of your classmates because when I tell you guys you have an assignment or there's some kind of group work activity, you know, you let the motivational speaker and you come out and just start taking charge and going, okay, we got this, we can do this, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. And she told me, when you're getting an assignment or when you see the people around you are struggling, you wanna be there with those people. Don't jump in and be all positive and optimistic and being a motivational speaker. Be down there with those people. And I remember thinking, when I first heard this, I reacted very negatively to it. I remember complaining to a lot of people about this, and I think I had a good point, and I still think I had a good point, but there was a greater lesson. I complained to a lot of people. Can you believe this? We're supposed to be psychologists who are supposed to give people hope, teach positivity, optimism, and she's getting mad at me. She's getting on me because I was being too positive, because I was trying to uplift people. Isn't that our job? I was furious. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why doesn't she talk to those people who are down in the dumps and say, why don't you be more like Gene and be more optimistic? Pride, selfishness, ego, right? I might have had a good point there that yes, maybe it's good for other people to be more optimistic and upbeat, but at the same time, as I thought about it over time, I realized there was a big lesson I was blinding myself to. She was giving me a very valuable lesson that is also very biblical. St. Paul says we should rejoice with people who are rejoicing, laugh with people who are laughing, cry with people who are crying, being all things to all people. That doesn't mean compromising our values, compromising who we are, or not living an authentic life. It just means being with people. And instead of me just jumping in and being Mr. Motivation, first meeting the people where they're at. And if I was able to relate, if my goal was really to motivate and uplift, first be with the people who might be down here. They might not be in the same place that I'm in. Be with them, relate with them, and then I could pick them up once they see I'm one of them, rather than just try to scoop them up from where I am all the way up here. So it was a very valuable lesson. I think it's a great lesson for everyone. We sometimes defend ourselves because we have one or two points and we miss a very valuable lesson. We often write off that lesson entirely because we're so stubborn, we're obstinate, we're selfish, we have that ego. We don't want to be told by someone. We don't want someone to put us in our place. Instead of asking ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? Is there anything I'm missing? Do I have any blind spots? And guess what? There's no shame in having a blind spot. We all have weaknesses. We all have areas that we struggle. So let's capitalize when other people are giving us clues, they're giving us hints to live a better life. It's going to get us closer to our goals. Don't be obstinate.